Hi guys and welcome to this video. If you're new here, my name is Eli Mwenda. I'm a menswear fashion and lifestyle blogger, and in today's video, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about men's body types and how each of them should be dressed. So there's 5 of them. Let's go through all 5 and give you the best tips to get the best out of your body. So there's a few things that we look for when it comes to dressing these body types, and that is making everything proportionate and doing that through accentuating or reducing certain areas of your body that are either too big or too small to get that perfect silhouette. So let's jump into the first body type. So the first body type we have is the trapezoid, and if you're blessed with this body type, then essentially there's no rules for you. You will look good in everything purely because of the dimensions and proportions that you've been blessed with. Personally, I don't have this body type and I don't know many people that do, but this is essentially what things off the rack are made for. This is the standard body type where you have the perfect ratio of shoulder to waist. The only thing I'd say for you guys is just buy your size and you'll be completely fine. Now let's move on to the rest of us mortals that need a little bit of help. Now the next body type is called the inverted triangle, and that's essentially the guys that sort of look like Johnny Bravo with the massive shoulders, small waist. Showtime! Now while it's appealing, it can sometimes look too big on top and too small at the bottom. So there's a few things that you guys have to do to make sure you're balancing this out. So the first thing that you can do is wear a belt so that it will sort of pull the attention away from up here and bring it down here, and then it will be less of a contrast when you're wearing an outfit. The next thing would be wearing a V-neck, because that will start to make everything more streamlined and come in a bit more. So that's another option you have, wearing a V-neck. When it comes to the bottoms, you should be wearing brighter colors because it makes your bottoms look bigger, and naturally that means you should really avoid darker colors on the bottom, because then you're going to start looking smaller on the bottom and bigger on top. Next thing is wearing darker colors on top, because naturally that will make you look smaller. So if you've got now that contrast of light on the bottom, dark on the top, it's going to start proportionalizing you, and now with the belt you have a nice silhouette going on. So things you should be avoiding are jackets with big shoulder pads, because naturally if you're big on top, it's going to look even bigger when you've got those shoulder pads on. The final tip is wear double-breasted blazers, because that's going to make your torso look bigger, and that will now proportionalize your shoulder to torso ratio. The next body type is the rectangular body. Now this by nature means that your shoulders and your waist are now going to be the same width. So essentially what you're going to be doing now is the opposite to the guys that have the inverted triangle, and that is wearing these shoulder pads on top so that it brings your shoulders out and will now make your waist look a little bit smaller because of that contrast. So shoulder pads are a go. Also wear tapered shirts that are tapered in the side, therefore it's going to bring in your waist a bit more, and then you're going to start to get a bit more of a big on top, small on the bottom. So get some tapered shirts, tapered blazers. That's going to do a world of good for your waistline. When it comes to what you're wearing on the top, you should be wearing tops or shirts that are horizontally striped, because these stripes are going to give you the appearance of a broader torso. So I definitely recommend horizontal stripes for your top half. And so now moving on to the bottom half, you should start getting some darker colors, because the dark is going to make you look smaller on the bottom. So if you combine a horizontal top with some dark bottoms and maybe put on now a jacket with the shoulder pads, you're going to really start getting a nice shape to your silhouette. So essentially, as you can tell, it's basically the opposite of the inverted triangle. Now moving on to people that have the triangle body shape, this is one where you're going to be smaller on the top of your shoulders and your waist is going to be slightly bigger. So again, what we're trying to do is get the right balance. So to do this, you're going to wear bright colors on top. Much like the rectangular people, you want to make the top look bigger and the bottom look smaller. So bright colors on top and slim fitting and dark on the bottom. This will now try to fight that triangular shape and bring it more streamlined or even more top heavy. The thing that I'd recommend if you have this triangle shape is not to wear t-shirts just on their own. Definitely wear it with a jacket or something so you're getting bigger on the top, and I find that if you're triangular, your t-shirts aren't going to drop too nicely on your waist. So personally I'd recommend always wearing something on top of your t-shirt, or maybe a t-shirt with an open shirt on top, because it's going to start making you look bigger and it won't draw attention to your waistline. So the final body type is the oval body type, and what we're trying to do for this one is really lengthen your body because we're fighting that circular look. Now to do this, what we're going to be looking to buy are things with stripes to sort of give you that vertical feel. Essentially it's the opposite of what we're doing with the horizontal stripes. Now with these vertical stripes, you're going to now create the illusion of a longer torso. So definitely recommend investing in some of those. Also for your bottoms, it's going to be really important that you're getting perfectly fitted bottoms, especially if you're oval, because you need to really make your legs look as long as possible. So avoid getting trousers that have got bagginess on the bottom, get them nice and tapered. It will make you look longer. Combine that with maybe a pinstripe or vertical top. It's going to start battling that oval shape of your body. And also try to invest in belts that are very subtle so that it doesn't draw attention to your waistline. We're trying to avoid that. So stick with subtle belts if you have this kind of body type. And finally, like the triangular shaped body, you want to start wearing jackets on top so that your top half starts looking bigger and it sort of falls around your waist rather than sticks to it. So if you're wearing something inside, wear a light cropped jacket on top. Combine all of those three and you'll really start to get a nice shape for your body. So guys, that's it. Those are the 5 body types that men have, and those are the ways you should dress them to get the best out of your body. I really hope this has been helpful and that you've enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below. Hit subscribe, head over to my Instagram. You can DM me for any further questions. But until next time, peace.